Hiya, folks. It's Brad, and I'm back in the USA in front of my trusty old bookshelf here at my little apartment in Los Angeles. With Jack the cat outside, and the heat, and everything else, and the sunshine, and I'm barely awake because I'm still getting over the jet lag. But I thought I'd do a video for you folks, just because that's, the kind of nice guy I am, right? I keep getting dislikes on my videos, by the way. I noticed there were 7 on the last one of the thumbs downs, and I can't even imagine who are these 7 people who are thumbs downing on a thing about how the eye that looks out of my eyes is the same as your. I mean, what's to dislike? Is that too? I have no idea. Maybe you can leave a comment and tell me why. Why? Is there something I can do for you people? I have no idea. Let me adjust this. Oh look, there I am, better in frame. So anyway, I was watching that thing on Netflix when I came back. As a way to kind of just veg out, the Bob Lazar movie. What is it called? Bob Lazar Area 51 and UFOs or something like that. It's on Netflix. And I tried to watch this as I was traveling in Europe a couple of different times, and I kept falling asleep because I would turn it on when I was really tired and I didn't make it through. But I watched a bit more of it last night, still didn't get through to the end. And I've seen about a third of the Joe Rogan interview with Bob Lazar. For those of you who don't know who Bob Lazar is, he's this guy who claims that he worked for the U.S. government and that he was privy to some of the American government's secrets on UFOs. That the United States government had 9 alien spacecraft in its possession, and that he had worked on projects of trying to reverse engineer these spacecraft and get the technology from them. Now, I gotta say, as I've said before, I'm interested in this stuff. It's something of a hobby of mine. I am not one of these true believers. I'm not here to tell you that the United States government is hiding the secrets of the UFOs and they know all about it and all this stuff. No, I actually think it's unlikely that the United States government or any government has any knowledge of extraterrestrials, and it's probably, there's probably nothing to this except pure speculation. I would say that there must be something to the UFO phenomena that we don't quite understand scientifically, but the idea that we're being visited and in contact with aliens, or that we've got down spacecraft and all that, just seems a little hard to swallow for me. But as I was watching this Bob Lazar thing, I thought, oh geez, is that what I look like? Do I seem to some people like Bob Lazar? And here's why. Bob Lazar has been around for, years. I first heard of him a long time ago because, like I said, I'm interested in this stuff. So I think he's been on the circuit since the 1980s. I'd have to look this up to be sure. Talking about how he had this information on the spacecraft and all this stuff. And in all those years, his story's been real consistent. There are some people who've researched his background they haven't found the official documents to back up what he says, but part of his story involves the fact that the government destroyed or obscured his involvement with it. So that doesn't necessarily prove anything. Anyway, but he talks a very convincing game. When I see a video with Bob Lazar talking about his stuff as a non-expert in engineering and spaceflight and all of that stuff, sorry for the garbage truck noises. I tried to wait him out, but I'd be sitting here forever waiting if I tried to wait him out, and I have the windows open because it's hot. Anyway, as a non-expert in the field, I can't. It sounds like it could be plausible. It sounds reasonable and consistent, and it doesn't scream like phony to me. And I'm sure Bob Lazar is making a living at what he does. He seems to be, but he doesn't seem to be one of these guys who's going out of his way to try to get rich off of making these claims. So if he's doing this as a way of making money, he could probably make a lot more money, and he could have been for years than it seems like he has been. So it doesn't seem to it doesn't scream fake to me. And I thought, I wonder if that's what I look like to people when I talk about Buddhism and about my experiences with Buddhism and about my experiences in meditation and so forth and so on. Because I imagine to somebody who has not done Zazen, who has not done a lot of Zazen, some of the things I've said about the effects of it and what one discovers over a long time of doing Zazen might seem kind of crazy and outlandish. And maybe this is why, I got 7 people thumbs downing this little video I did the other day when I was in Glasgow about, the eye seeing out of my eyes is the same as the eye seeing out of your eyes. Maybe that's offensive. I don't know. In these days, everything is offensive, but maybe that somehow seems phony or whatever. I know that I'm telling the truth. I know that I'm giving you the straight dope as much as I am able to, and being as clear as I possibly can on all of these points, and trying not to screw you over, or fake you out, or get rich from you. Although I do appreciate the fact that because of you folks out there, I can make a living doing this, and that's great. Even though it's not a fabulous living, it's a living, and I really, really appreciate this, because I could be doing much worse. So maybe this is what I seem like. Maybe I seem like somebody who's got a plausible story, but you don't know. Like, I see Bob Lazar, and I don't know if he's a really good con artist, who's able to run his con in a long term without being too inconsistent. He could be a great con artist. He could be telling the truth. It could be actually factually true what he's telling us. He could be the vanguard for something that maybe the government is planning to finally reveal the truth about the crashed spaceships they have, and they're putting Bob Lazar forward to see how it gets accepted by the media and such like, and the people, and see if it causes a panic, and then they'll really disclose it. And maybe he's that. Maybe he's a disinformation. People have said this, that maybe there is something that the government wants to hide, but they put Bob Lazar out there, to give the wrong information and lead people the wrong way, and so forth. There could be all sorts of explanations for who Bob Lazar actually is. And I started thinking, well, maybe that's it. Maybe that's what I seem like to some of you folks out there who don't practice this practice and don't do what I've done for the past 30 years, and wonder if I'm faking you out or conning you, or if I'm the real deal, or what. It's just interesting. I had a whole other video I was going to do, and maybe I'll do that one tomorrow, because I don't think I can sustain more than one a day. But that's just my thoughts on watching Bob Lazar, and I thought maybe some of you all out there had watched the Bob Lazar thing, and you might be, I don't know, it might be an interesting topic. So, I am back in Los Angeles. I am on Saturday, this coming Saturday. I don't know what date that is. It's Wednesday, and it's the 10th of July, I think. So whatever that comes out to, is that the 13th? Anyway, this coming Saturday, I will be at the Angel City Zen Center, and I will be reading one of the chapters from Letters to a Dead Friend about Zen as part of my ongoing process of making a live in front of an audience audiobook of the thing. I have not decided which chapter I'm going to do, but I have 8 chapters left to go, so it'll be one of those 8. Not that that means anything to you. Not that it even means much to me at this point, because I can't remember which chapters I've done and which I haven't, or only vaguely. They're all kind of a jumble. I'd have to go check my notes. But I'll be doing one of them for sure. Don't know which one. So you can come and see that, and that's where you can see that, and you can hear part of the book. And I'll be traveling to Toronto later this year, and once I find out the full scoop on that, I'll let you know, and I'm hoping to get some gigs attached to that in Akron and Cleveland, so you can watch for that. And also, thank you for your ongoing PayPal and Patreon donations, because those really help. As I've been saying all along, I made some money in Europe, but I still have a long way to go in order to make a living out of this. I really still depend on people donating to these videos and such like. Maybe Letters from a Dead Friend, no, Letters to a Dead Friend About Zen will become a huge success, and I'll be able to shut down my Patreon and PayPal and live in a mansion, and I always hope maybe one of my books will sell well, but we'll see. Thanks a lot for your continued support. I probably sound manic because that's what jet lag does to me, and I'm just gonna edit this video and probably veg out for the rest of the day. See you next time. Goodbye.